Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Eros here, and welcome back to some more Captain TSUBASA. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me to make a video talking about formation, so I'm going to be going over that in this video, as well as giving you some helpful team building tips and pretty much what I've learned over the course of my time on the game within this first week. I can't really believe that a week has already passed. It's flown by. But anyways, as you can see, this is the team we have at the moment. It's very different to what we very first started with. I'm trying to build kind of a bit more chemistry in the team, and trying to use a lot more combo moves. So you're probably thinking, what are combo moves? Well, right now I'm going to play a selection of clips along with some commentary, just going over some basic combo stuff. So combo passing is when you hold down the triangle button and press it in quick succession, and you're able to move down the field pretty quickly, just as you saw there. It does use a lot of spirit, so you need to be careful when you do use it. So this is up here, my striker's using it now to get closer towards the goal. I kind of stuffed it up there. I think in this one I did a lot better. Yeah, so I didn't do it all the way and I was still able to get a shot. So you're just going to be mindful of that. Now also, it's good to have defenders with these special block moves because they'll stop the ball a little bit. And if you have a better defense line, they'll stop the ball even more, just like this animation here. Another thing very important as well is combo shots. So as you can see, these two Brazilian players here are using a combo shot to score. They're very powerful. They are a little bit difficult to pull off, but it is really worth getting this shot on target. Alright, so hopefully that little discussion about combo stuff has been helpful for you guys. I didn't really think about using combo moves at all, but I just found that moving into the silver rank, it's needed. You can have a really good team with high level players, but if you're not having any like team composition or any combo stuff going on, you're probably gonna really struggle. And because the game is so laggy online, combo is a really cheesy move to get all the way to the front, because the opposition's already lagging as is, and with a combo going on, they just don't know what's happening. So combo moves are really good to use within the midfield. So I've got Misaki and TSUBASA with their golden duo combo, and then I've got the two Germans at the top that also have their combo moves. You can actually see what players have combo moves when you go and configure your team, which will be under combo passing. So right here on Misaki, we have his combo passing, which is right there. The golden duo. So when you go on your list and make your team, you'll be able to see who has what and who has combo moves really. And if you find the other player with exactly the same name as from the combo passing, you know that he links up with that player, because the game's not going to tell you who works with what, if that makes any sense. So you just got to find that same name on the other player. So hopefully that makes some sense for you guys. Also, the same thing with the blocking move. It should say it on your defender. Defender has the block move. Yeah. So as you can see here, Soda has a block. He's got the inside block, and Jito has a power block, and this guy here has the face block, and also he has a jumping block. So I've got full defense with all blocking moves, which is really good, because the more block moves you have and you get done, you might even be able to stop the ball completely from actually reaching to the goalkeeper at all, which is really good, because the more you stop, the more your goalkeeper's going to have of his spirit available to make those big saves. Now, formation wise, it pretty much depends on your play style. So you can play pretty much with any formation as you want. But yeah, it depends on your playstyle, but also you need to look at where you're lacking. So for me personally, I was originally using this formation here, the 4-3-3, which is pretty good attacking wise, but I felt like defensively I was really getting caught out in those gaps there. So pretty much anywhere you can see a gap, that's where you might struggle and get really caught out. So especially on the wings, I was just getting dominated by players using wing tactics. It was not fun times. So I've switched to this formation. Now still kind of the same thing. I'm still having those gaps in the middle there, but Hyuga and Masaki are sitting more back. So my defense line is a bit more further back. And Pierre is really quick and he has strong defensive stats. So because he's got strong defensive stats, I've sat him there. So he's more like a defensive midfielder. So he pretty much covers and looks after those gaps as well. And then as soon as I get the ball to Masaki or TSUBASA, I'm able to do those combo passes and get the ball all the way up to my strikers. So, you know, it's all depends on preference really. There's no problem playing with a full defensive build. There's nothing wrong with that. But you just need to keep an eye out on your player stats because, for example, Hyuga can be really strong at scoring goals, but his defensive stats could be really weak. So he's not going to be a good option to have playing right there in the middle of that defensive area. So just things you need to keep an eye out. So go through your players, look at their stats individually, and see what works best for you. Just as more game you play, the more you will realize what you need to work on and things to play around with really. So just have fun with the game and muck around with the formations and see what works best for you. Now you can go a little bit further, a step ahead, and you actually can go into the tactics option. Now this is where things get a little bit more complicated, but I like to keep my tactics very simple because I already know people can defend and people can attack. So I've got a very basic offensive formation and defensive formation. I'm pretty sure those are set as default. But these ones have actually changed. So I've gone a step further and I've gone with protective defense. Now when you click on your these options here, it will give you like a little rundown of what they do. So protective defense, players tend to play further back, making it easier to defend reliably. And that's what I want, because if I'm getting countered by the opposition, I want my players to come back and defend. There's too many times where I've been getting countered really easily. So I've just gone ahead with protective defense. There's no problem playing the game defensively. It's just you don't want to concede more than 2 goals because it's going to be really hard to come back. It's a big struggle. And then for the next one, I've gone with the counter formation. So forwards are reluctant to fall back, making it easier to counter attack. So what happens is, what I've been doing, I've been using my protective defense when obviously I need to defend. And then as soon as I get the ball, I switch to the counter formation. So my strikers come back closer into the midfield. And then with my 1-2 passing with TSUBASA and Masaki, I'm able to get all the way up to my strikers really quickly because I've switched to counter formation and they've dropped back furthermore. So you just need to look at these things and play around with them. It's taken me quite a while, a lot of matches to figure out what formations and countering and defensive stuff I like to use. So just play around with the settings and hopefully you find something to use. If you verse a very good player and you get pumped like 5-0, take a look at what tactics they are using, because when a player uses a tactic, it will actually appear on the screen for you to see. So if you see a player that's playing really well, just keep an eye on what tactics they're using and just try it out for yourself and see if it works. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all to talk about really in formations and tactics. The more you play, the more you'll realize on things you need to work on. And yeah, so that's just the biggest thing really. Try and work out what's your play style. Are you more of a defensive player? Do you like to pass the ball around more? Or are you a person that just likes to go for straight on shots really? So it all depends how you want to play. And remember, it doesn't matter if you don't have the best players on the field, because you can still win. So for example, my 2 strikers might not be the strongest strikers in the field, but I'm able to do combo passes with them. Same with TSUBASA and Masaki. There's probably better midfielders I could have on the pitch, but because they have their combo passing, they work really well. I've seen other players that use Hyuga and another player, and they play more on the wing tactics, and they do a lot more crosses. So getting crosses in, Hyuga links up with the other midfielder in the middle, and he's able to do special volley shots. So yeah, just things you need to look out for. Team composition and combos works really well in the online, so don't be afraid to try it out. I think that's all I really have at the moment to talk about. Hopefully I've given you guys some tips and just some general information about formations, and hopefully those clips I showed you at the start of the video were helpful. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, or you guys can directly message me at ErosLikesGames over on Instagram. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one.